We have 15,000 people tuning in worldwide right now. The stream's on?
Alright, you guys have a good weekend. I'm heading out.
Likewise.
Bye, Kaylee.
See ya.
Alright, we're live again.
All right, what up? We're live again, everybody. Welcome back.
The audio should be good now.
If you're new,
It's probably only coming in one ear, though.
thanks for hanging out.
Is that true?
If you're
Coming in one ear.
Only the left side.
if you're not new, then still welcome.
Can you mono it
I'm gonna try.
on OBS?
Yeah, I can.
Cool.
Yep.
Alright, we're mono now.
All right, we're mono. We're in.
I guess with the default having two mics, it would be like left and right.
Right. All right.
You could just have two stereo.
Are we on YouTube?
We're on YouTube.
Are we live on YouTube? Oh my God, guys. Oh wait, no. This is the old live stream. All right. Sounds a lot better. I was worried that was it. No, we're back. All right, everybody. Here's how we'll start the new one. Welcome, everybody. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to the holiday live stream. If you were here with us a few minutes ago, thank you for bearing with us. We just fixed some audio issues, and then we are now officially back, and we're ready to get into it. So, if anyone has any questions, please drop them in the chat or any topics you want us to talk about, and we'll be happy to do it. I'm Alex. That's me. I'm here. Our friend Adam is here with us, right over here. He's a little off camera. And then our friend Thomas, as you know, not just our friend Thomas, but the person who makes all these videos happen, is behind. So I don't know if he has it set up so you'll see him or not, but
I did for a second.
there we go. All right, cool. Well, then we're all here. So yeah, if you have any questions or anything, drop it in the chat. I know one of the last things we left off on was, I know we were talking about the cheapest vintage Fender.
Let's start with that.
So we'll start with that again. We were going to do a little mini fresh finds at the front of this before questions came in, but now that we have some questions, this is a nice segue. Someone was asking what's a good cheaper Fender vintage guitar, and we just got literally 11 of these American-made Fender Bullets from the early 80s. This one's from 81, I believe. And if you're not familiar, these are great. They have ones with humbuckers, they have ones with ceiling coils, but this one, two ceiling coils. But it's a hardtail, and it's cool Torino red, and it's got a D-shaped neck that's nice and thin, and yeah.
You got a super chat. It's stupid guitar.
Hey, thanks for the super chat. I think that's our first super chat ever, so thank you. Do you love to see it? Also, is this a new loft? Yes, you do love to see it, and this is the new loft. We've had this built for a long time, but it wasn't until recently we actually got it set the way that we want it to. So, very spoiled now. We have our own kind of hangout area behind the camera. We have our own little coffee bar, and yeah, lots of fun. So, yeah, most of the work actually happens downstairs, but for break time. I mean, I guess I work up here a good bit because we have a nice bar over there for laptop type work. So, pretty cool. What are your thoughts on FCS Jazzmasters versus jumping into vintage? Sunbursts seem to be within reach, but custom colors are not. That's probably a valid. That's a valid take. Yeah, vintage Jazzmasters are getting really expensive, but you can still attain some of them. I know we've had a few more players grade ones that have been like 5,000 or less from the mid to late 60s. So they're out there. Did you miss a tour? You did not miss a tour. We might do a full shop tour soon though. So if you guys want to see that, let us know. Yeah. And then somebody actually had asked before, what's the weirdest thing we found in a guitar case that's not a guitar? And Kayla gave us a few answers. She found a shark tooth one time. What was some of the other ones?
For what?
The weirdest things we found in a guitar case that wasn't a guitar.
In a guitar case?
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't there a picture of someone's mom?
There was a picture of someone's family member one time. That was interesting.
Once my buddy bought a SG from a guy that was in a AC/DC tribute band, and the guy's name was Bangus.
Hell yeah.
And he had a bunch of stuff with Bangus written on it as his name.
That's so sick. Love that.
Bangus Young.
You thought the drones got us. No, we are... we're good. Great news. We're still doing all right. Yeah. Hey, we're getting the numbers up. Everyone's back. Thank you guys, everyone, for coming back. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Shout out to Eric. Eric is in the chat. He's not with us in person right now, but he's here in the chat. So, he's here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know about that. Hello from the UK. Love the videos, especially the Japan trip. Any trips to the UK plan to hunt for gear here? Yeah, actually. Yeah, we really thought about coming in, I think it was October for the last like big London guitar show. Maybe this year we'll make it out there. We definitely want to make it to the UK. I know we definitely want to play out there as well, so we'll make it out there. I was fortunate enough to go in 2022 for a bit, and that was fun. How do you find out about all the guitar conventions? They're usually listed online. Are we sharing the screen? Oh, look at that. Somebody's got a guitar show calendar there. To be honest, I know about them because they happen every year, and then we usually get people reach out to get us to go to them. So we're a little spoiled, to be honest, but they're usually listed online. Google your area, you might be able to find something. We try to make it out to as many of them as we can, but we can't obviously do everyone.
Hey chat, I have a second mic.
Oh, heck yeah. Get that second mic, yeah. We've got the second mic. Oh, look at that, yeah, guitar show calendar.info. Hopefully that's
It's a little out of date because I think the website went away for a minute.
Oh yeah, I remember there was like an old school like WordPress type of site up for a while.
This is the same.
But this looks different now.
One. I can see if I can screen share. I have to set the mic up again for the other.
Have you looked into Hartfield or Starfield guitars basses when in Japan? I haven't run into any in Japan that I can remember. We might have just had a Hartfield recently guitar, not bass, but I appreciate that you guys appreciate MIJ guitars. I have MIJ Telly. They're great. My favorite guitar-oriented show on YouTube because you guys are real and not arrogant like other shows. Oh, we really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, we try to keep it pretty chill, and because we don't have any like corporate sponsorship, I mean this is my company. We can say what we want to about stuff.
We love that playing in the background.
Yeah, we try to keep it positive. Yeah, there is a plane in the background. Do you see many Hardtail Strats? What are your thoughts on them? I love Hardtail Strats. We definitely see them here and there. I know we just literally like an hour ago uploaded a Japanese Hardtail Strat and Sunburst from the late 80s. That thing's really, really rad. We just actually traded out a pretty cool 76 Hardtail. Love Hardtail Strats. Ever play any cool electric 12 strings? Yeah, I actually have one of the Dan Electro 12 strings, or I've loaned it out to a friend at this point, but I like that Dan Electro, like semi-hollow electric 12. What was your favorite find of the year? That's a great question. Well, do you know what it is?
This is just a hard question.
I don't know. One of my favorite finds of the year was we got a bunch of custom color like.
I know what your favorite find of the year is.
That green telly.
Oh, the green telly, yeah.
No, Alex's favorite find of the year is the proper vintage SG Junior.
Oh, yeah, probably that 65 SG Junior is actually my favorite. So much of my favorite, I may have held it back for the personal collection, but yeah, I was gonna say when we were in Japan, we brought back some really cool custom color Jaguars and Jazz Masters. That was a cool haul, and it was a very concise set of stuff, which is always cool.
There's a lot of shows coming. Some of these are
There
just
is.
like one.
There's more than I know of.
This isn't even like the full list either. There's like other websites that have
Hello from Canada.
multiple different shows.
You obviously love Japanese guitars. What's your thoughts on 60s era guitars from Japan, trash or treasure? Definitely a mixed bag there. I've certainly played some examples that didn't play very great, or they needed a lot of work, or something. So, but I've played some really great ones too. So it just depends. You don't see a lot of them on our site just because we try to like keep. I see that. We try to keep like only really good stuff on the shop. So, well, we run into cool 60s stuff from Japan. We don't always buy it because sometimes it has problems that we may not be able to fix, at least fix the way we want to. Are you still buying Bose Wave radios? Yes. I just off camera. There's a Wave 4 over there, and then my grandma gave us 2 Bose Waves that I'll be keeping. So, yeah, we're still one with the Bose Waves. I think we've sold almost every one that we've had, so that's cool. Most likely, you ended up with a Hartfield Talon, looks like an RG or Jackson headstock or Fender logo on the back. Oh, cool. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Do you want to show this?
Listen, if you have several, yeah, we can share that screen real
So
quick.
I have to switch the.
You have several to sell me. Yeah, hit me up. Hit me up at info@phosphorgear.com, or I guess hit up the shop, and I will make sure that email's directed to me, and I might buy some Bose Waves from you. Thank you.
Give me one.
Les Pauls I want to sell. Are you interested? Yeah, shoot us the email at info@phosphorgear.com. And we'll see if we can make something happen. We did just get like a lot of stuff in, so I will say we're not
Here, you can
on a crazy tear of buying stuff right now.
you
But
want to
we're
talk about
always,
what guitar shows you're going to?
Thomas is pulled up on the big screen. Yeah, we've got some guitar shows coming up. Looks like there's one in Rockford, Illinois on January. Oh, that was last year.
These are this year, 2025 here.
Orlando?
Going to Orlando?
Yeah, we'll be at Orlando on February 1st and 2nd. So we'll see you in Orlando February 1st and 2nd at the Orlando Guitar Show. Looks like there's ones coming up in California, Pennsylvania, and Illinois that we will not be at. Unfortunately. We might be at Sarasota. Tampa.
10/24 to 10/26.
Did we know about that? I don't think I knew about that.
But
I know
MBG
MBG guitars. So I guess there's a Tampa Guitar Show now. That's cool. Yeah. We'll be, of the ones on the screen, I know we'll be at Orlando. As long as everything goes well for it, we'll be in Asheville, we'll be in Nashville, and we will be in Dallas.
The screen's not showing me.
Yo, put it back to the camera. Apparently the audio got wacky.
I know. I got it all fixed already.
All right, cool.
You guys are behind. I'm ahead of it already. It's because I had to. That's what I was saying. Give me a second, because when I switched to the screen,
Oh, okay.
the audio settings.
Am I good? Are we good again?
Yeah, it's been good.
Oh, okay. What got you into playing guitar? Man, it all kind of happened all at once, but I specifically remember the fall season that Guitar Hero 3 came out. Me and my mom were at a Target, and it was on an end cap, and we're like, oh, we should get this so me and my dad could play it, since, so we have a game to play, and for Christmas. So that year for Christmas, I got Guitar Hero 3 with 2 controllers for PS2, and then around the same time, I got The Record Warning by Green Day, got Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park, some other records like that, and we knew we had to do it, so I started playing around there. There was like a guitar club at my elementary school, so I started playing in like 4th grade for that, and just went from there. Are you planning to go to other countries besides Japan to get regionally built models and source? Europe has a lot of luthiers factories, and the distance to drive between countries is like U.S. states. Yeah, I've been to Europe, but it's nice that, it's not a crazy trek from place to place. It's pretty cool. And it's a lot better connected than we are in the States with like trains and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, we want to get over to the UK. We want to get over to Europe this coming year, hopefully at some point, and I'm sure we will get into some fun. I know we've been to Japan so much, mainly because of we've just made so many friends there, and we've been playing shows over there here and there. So that's kind of made that a little bit more logistically feasible. Yeah, we've heard there's big shows in Europe. Are we going to catch Linkin Park on the upcoming tour? I don't know. I would like to. I think the only thing in Florida is a festival. Everyone tell Alex to go to Europe so we can go. Yeah.
Oh, Rockville?
Yeah, they're playing. Rockville's got a pretty rowdy lineup, if that's your thing. In Daytona Beach. Hoping to get my first electric this coming year. Any shopping tips, in person versus online? Whatever you're comfortable with. I mean, in person is definitely fun, but you can obviously get great stuff online. And if you're buying from like a reputable shop, should be no problem going online.
Electrics aren't like acoustics in that.
Yeah.
People like Fenders particularly. If you want to touch on that, how they're just pretty much like.
Yeah, Thomas noted. Yeah, like especially if you're buying like an electric, like a Fender. If you're gonna buy a Fender Player Telecaster or whatever, they're pretty consistent. So whether you buy one online or buy one in person, you should get a good one. Acoustics, you really got to play them to make sure it's a good one. And Gibsons, likewise. I wouldn't say you have to play every Gibson to know it's a good one, but Gibsons, I think, have a bit more variation. But yeah.
Well, acoustics aren't like adjustable. So.
Yeah, there's not as much you can set up. Yeah, there's.
Oh. Yeah, I was just saying acoustic guitars are not really like adjustable the way an electric guitar is. So if you're gonna buy an acoustic guitar online, just double check the listings and make sure everything's really Gucci, because there's no intonating without messing with like, the bridge or the nut, and truss rod stuff can be funky. So
Yeah.
I suggest buying acoustic guitars only from like actual people who are going to give it a quality check. But that's just me though.
You can adjust this a lot.
Yeah, you
That's
can.
a good place to start. What do we got? Craziest thing that happened to you on stage? Oh, I want an answer from everybody here.
Oh, it's Randy.
Randy! What up, Randy?
Craziest things happen on stage. Oh, I got one. So in around 2011, my band was playing a show at this place called The Social. And the stage there is like really narrow and long. And so you basically just stand in a line, and like the drums are usually on the side because there's not a back of the stage. Anyway, so we're on our last song, and at like midway through the song, our singer I hear no singing.
Yeah.
But I'm literally standing at the front of the stage like everyone else, so I don't know what's going on. So I'm just playing, and then I turn, and at the end of the song, our singer's just not there. He's just gone. And so we finished the set. We're like, thank you so much. Turns out he had like a heart palpitation and just had to dip.
Oh my God.
So that's where he learned he had a heart condition. He had to get surgery.
Oh my God.
And all that. But yeah, it's just like, thank you so much. Thanks for watching the show. And then no singer. He was just gone. I was so confused.
That's not shocking. I mean, it's crazy, but it's not shocking to have it on stage because your heart's really going.
Oh yeah.
So that's a good test there.
It was really unique.
I'm trying to think of a good one because I know the one that comes to mind isn't crazy. It's just funny to me because we were really young. One of like the first shows that actually me and Eric played in like our first band, our friend that was the other guitar player, his car got like towed or was going to get towed in the middle of our set. And he tried to like he had to like run and go deal with it. And so we had to play like a song without him.
Oh, dude, our car...
That was like, that's not crazy. I just always think of that of like, oh my God, like I can't believe that we were like, oh, okay.
My car got towed while I was playing my set once. Like I went to load out and there was just no car. That was really annoying too.
Yeah.
Because the guy kept not being there to pay. So it's like we went and checked over and over again.
Right.
And he just wasn't there. And then we go to play the show finally and he shows up and tows us.
Yeah.
That was not fire.
Oh, I have a crazy one. It wasn't when I was on stage though. Then I want to hear what Thomas' one is. I was not on stage, but for a gig one time, I was loading into a venue called Back Booth, which is gone now.
That's where I got towed.
Yeah, dude, I almost got towed there too, but that's not the story. I was walking across the street going up to the 55 West garage, and our friend Andy was across the street, and I was going over to start talking to him, and this like guy comes up to me, like got in my face and was like, "You need to stop taking pictures of me." And I was like, dude, no one's taking pictures of you. Like, I don't even have my phone out. Better yet, like, do you want me to show you my camera roll? Like, I don't know who you are. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I was like, oh, you're taking pictures and you're lying. And then they like hit me in the face and they tried to hit me again. And then Andy jumped in. It was a whole thing. And yeah, that was crazy.
Let me see if I can switch to the second.
Remembers that.
Yo, can you guys hear me? Whoa. Hey, there. Look, I'm on camera now. And I think...
Oh, let's go.
Ooh, it's going to be really loud. Sorry, guys. I think this is better. Is it quieter now? Not blowing anyone's ears out? Great. My craziest show experience. Oh, man.
Oh, Indiana was a good one, but that wasn't that crazy. Now that I'm thinking through shows.
Yeah, Indiana wasn't that great. I think personally there was an SK set before you joined, and we played like maybe a couple minutes too long. It was the last song, but they cut the power out. But then we kept playing the song without any power, and everyone was like chanting along. That was pretty crazy. I feel like that's
I like
a wholesome
that.
experience. I don't know if the venue appreciated it, but everyone else in the room appreciated it.
It's punk rock. It's fine.
Yeah.
Stuck it to the man.
Yeah. Yeah, lately, I mean, a knock on wood, the shows have been going pretty well, so we haven't had as many crazy things happen. I feel like we've just been rocking. We didn't gig actually that much this year because we spent, with both bands, we've just been literally writing all year, so we didn't actually gig as much as normal, I would say. So that means 2025, both Secret Keeper and Conversation Piece should be coming to a town near you, if you're in America, or maybe even in UK, Europe. We'll see.
Here's a question that came in while we were yapping.
What started you in the business? Is Every Day Like Christmas? Yeah, I can't remember if I touched on this earlier much, but yeah, to make a really long story, a medium story. I mean, I've been playing guitar, like I think I'd said, since I was in like 4th grade, and so I was always into guitars. Not that I had the means to get too much of anything for a while, but yeah, I got into like retro gaming when I was a teenager, and then was kind of selling some stuff along on like eBay and Amazon. By the time I was 18, my eBay and Amazon accounts were doing really well, so I was getting pretty well versed in e-commerce. And then I remember I sold one guitar just because it was something I bought. I didn't like it as much, so I sold it. And then pretty quickly realized like, oh, you only need to sell one guitar instead of all these games, since guitars were a little bit high dollar, of course. And just started from there. And then all of a sudden there was a couple guitars, and then yeah, I remember when I got up to like 17 guitars, I was like, oh, this is as big as it's gonna get. I have as big of an inventory as I'm gonna have, and I was wrong because now we have all this stuff. So yeah, really slow. It started really slow, and it's taken 8 years to get to the point that it's at now, and I was not paying myself at all for the first at least like 6 of those. So that's what it takes. There was no trust fund or loans or anything crazy like that, or startup capital. Just started with a couple things that I could swing based on selling gaming, which gave me a little bit of money to get involved, but like by a little money I mean like $400 maybe to get like the first one that was sold for maybe 600, and it just spiraled from there. So Secret Keeper rig rundown video would be fun. Yeah, we would love to do that. That'd be fun. We have not been to Kansas, I think. I don't think we've filmed in Kansas. Maybe we've driven through Kansas. I don't know.
Not done a show or anything there.
How much extra work is it to attend a show in Mexico or Canada when you buy something and want to bring it into the U.S. non-commercial? I just bring it, but it's different for a shop. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't done either of those yet. I mean, we've had stuff shipped in from Canada a lot, and we've shipped to Mexico a good bit, and there's just a lot of customs paperwork that goes with that.
Alex Denton.
Would you buy a guitar I have? It's a Fender Limited 2023 flagship Tokyo Gold Stratocaster. Sure, yeah, if you send us the email, info@foxfootygear.com, we will be happy to check it out. Would you sell 5 PRS SE guitars to get to a core model? I would, definitely. I'd rather have one core.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I think if you have more... I've always been a big fan of consolidating. Like, think about Slash or whatever. How many guitars does Slash play? Like
Right.
3, right?
I don't know.
Or whoever,
I
like-
can't fact check that.
Like, I think... I mean, coming from a studio guy, having like one guitar that you just trust to sound really, really good is better than 5 that you're like never completely stoked on.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But if you wanted to maybe have one humbucker guitar and one single coil guitar, I think
There you go.
I think that's important, like the variety. But if you only have those 5 PRS guitars, and you were going to consolidate down to one guitar,
That's a lot of one thing.
I think it depends on
I got compromised.
what's the compromise. Sell 3 of them.
I'm curious what he's saying.
You probably say the same thing. If you want to compromise for your PRS, and you still want American made, you can get an S2, which is pretty good bang for buck. Even especially the used ones, I'd say.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
And it's American, and it's got a nitro finish,
Yeah.
and it looks the parts. Just not all American parts, I guess. They
Yeah, it's
cut
import pickups,
corners in
I
the
think.
right places, I would say.
Yeah, because you can replace not that the pickups are bad by any means, but you can replace the pickups if you want to.
I like my pickups.
Yeah.
They're kind of hot. Maybe too
Yeah.
hot for some people, to be fair. And the S2 McCarty 594, but
Yeah.
there's your compromise there.
If you have 5 PRS if you have 5 PRS SEs, let's average them at 500 apiece. Maybe even 600 apiece. Let's say you're going to turn that into $3,000, and you're thinking, okay, I can get a core model for around that used, sure. Or you could get like a PRS S2, and you have your PRS box checked, and you could get an American telly or a Japanese reissue telly. You get both. That would be what I would do.
Is the core like the highest end that's not custom for PRS?
Yeah, I think those are like their core line is their like the PRS line.
Yeah.
Build a pedal board with 3 pedals.
Ooh.
Mine's a tuner,
Tuner, gotta be tuner.
a Boss CE1, because if I can choose any pedal, I'm choosing the Boss CE1. And I'll do a Klon. Or it could be, I'll say this, it could be also a Klon clone and a CE2 if you want it to like be like a real budget. Like, not budget, but like an affordable rig that you could actually make happen.
I'm doing a clip-on tuner.
No, you're not.
I'm doing a clip-on tuner on the back of the headstock. I'm doing a Ross chorus. I'm doing a Keeley compressor, and I'm doing the Dan Electro Cool Cat overdrive.
That is a good drive.
That's my board,
underrated.
baby. And that's like $400 in pedals. Yellow Drops has 24 vintage Les Paul custom black beauties they want to sell. Yellow Drops, I think you have the most nice guitars of all time if these are real. And I'll take them.
Yeah.
Thomas, what's your 3-pedal board?
My 3-pedal board. Oh man, my 3-pedal board.
Tuner. If
You have to. Does the tuner count as the pedal?
Yeah, because
Well, then you have to have a
I
tuner
We need- then.
sacrificed a clip-on tuner.
Oh, I see. I see the logic. Well, dang. I guess I'm gonna have a tuning pedal because I'm so used to them now, and I'm gonna go a Klon and Polara reverb because I just like that one there.
Yeah, that's a good.
But a proper Klon instead of a knockoff Klon.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. If it could be anything, give me the CE1 and a real Klon, and then
I like my
a tuner. I want a pedal that's a DI, a tuner, and a noise gate all in one, and then just like your utility. It does nothing interesting, but it does everything you need.
Someone had a good question about the MIM.
I have an MIM Tele Deluxe, which I love, but also MIJ. Curious, what improvements should I typically expect to see? Assuming you're referring to like the 72, like wide range humbucker style. Yeah, I mean the MIJ stuff is just a bit higher caliber, I would say, than the Mexico stuff. Fender Mexico is getting really great, so no shade there. But just like the tooling, the fit and finish is going to be a lot better on the MIJ stuff. The fretwork out of the box is a lot better. Usually more accurate to actual vintage spec, better choice of woods. A lot of times the MIJ stuff, the best part is just that you can get really cool models that maybe they wouldn't offer those specs and with MIM or USA made. But I would just say the quality will be closer to like what you'd expect on like an American guitar. It's actually different. I mean, it's funny, we've compared a lot of MIJ to American made like reissue guitars, and sometimes the MIJ ones are actually built a little better probably. So.
Have we been to Norms is a good question. I think it's from Yellow Drops.
No, not in person, but I've met Norm.
You've never been to Norms?
No, because they weren't
Been to
open the
Norms?
days that. What?
I've been.
You have been. We gotta move the camera over you, but I haven't. Well, I'll answer.
I mean,
next.
I don't even work here, but no, I have been to Norms.
Yeah.
If you go to Norms, it's great. Everything there is expensive.
Probably true.
And I think a lot of people go to shops like Norms or Carter, a lot of places like that, and they're surprised that like the cheapest stuff is still like $2,000. You're not finding a bargain at any of these places because they are really actually like vintage or rare or whatever, and that's it. So you're not gonna get a good deal necessarily, but you're not gonna get a bad deal either. But they're fun to go visit. I think it's worth checking out. Norm's.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those shops are cool. I think just go in to see cool stuff and play some cool stuff, and then be nice and buy a shirt or some picks if you
Yeah.
want to help support them without buying a $3,000 guitar.
I will say it's not to say that if you are looking for a $3,000 guitar, their prices are usually like correct. They're not. It might not be a deal, but like it.
You're just not going to find anything for $500. Like,
Yeah.
what a sneaky find.
Right. So, yeah, it's not to say they're expensive or what they have. It's just they usually only have like the top shelf stuff at the price that you would expect for a shop that has the reputation that they do. Met you guys at Philly Vintage Guitar Show Sunday morning. I had a beat up gold top and a blonde 335. Yes, Nick, I definitely remember that. We didn't make a deal. It was a pleasure meeting you guys. Oh, dude, pleasure meeting you too. Yeah, those were really cool guitars. And I don't remember if we said it in the video, but I know when we were kind of having our post-game chat, if you will, that was, your stuff was one where I was like, yeah, we couldn't get there, but it was one of the cooler ones that I wish we did because it was definitely really cool stuff. And hey, there's always next time. Any Lefty guitars in stock? Yeah, if you go to flashfootagear.com, we have a whole category for Lefty guitars. So we got some stuff for you.
Is there a category?
Yeah. Go to catalog, go to filter.
Ooh, was that a Yamaha on the bottom?
Yeah. And then product type, and then left-handed guitars. We've got 4.
And they're
If you like Strats and Tellies, then let me tell you something.
There's also bases too, right?
Got a couple bases, yeah. Or do we just have one? Oh, I have 2. Well, I hope you like Fender.
Fender, hardly know her.
Same can be said with Diablo guitars. Oh, dude, Diablo guitars is great, and I mean, yeah, Parker's given us some cool deals. So no, I would put Parker's shop Diablo in that same echelon of like it's really choice high end stuff, but I feel like he is different in the sense that you might get some deals at Diablo there.
Something about a
Let's see. Looking, I don't know anything about that, but
Rolling
gear floating about.
oh, okay.
Oh yeah, they
Cool.
do have a streaming thing, don't they?
Oh, do they have it? Cool. I didn't know that.
I have a question for the chat.
Yeah. Drop it in. Drop it in.
You know, now that Christmas just happened, did anyone get any cool guitar stuff for the holidays? And if not, what's on your wish list? What are we into these days? What do the people want, and what did the people get?
I meant to ask that. That's smart.
Because I didn't get any music gear at all, not a single thing, and I'm fine with it.
I don't know that I did. I gave Kaylee a pedal for Christmas.
What'd you give her?
A Ross Phaser. It's a pretty good pedal.
I like the Ross stuff. I got the compressor and the chorus
Yeah.
from the new
Well, new stock.
the discontinued
Yeah.
new pedals.
Picked up a couple things. I've had the Ross chorus since before it was discontinued.
Yeah, I had the vintage one.
Oh,
I have a
you're
vintage
cooler
one.
than me. I didn't have the vintage one. I just got the reissue like in Charlotte when we were there earlier this year.
I have a perfectly working vintage Ross chorus, but the problem is those pedals didn't have a light on them.
Wish list Martin D18. I think that's on
Ooh.
Thomas's wish list too.
It's a nice guitar.
And believe it or not, I can see in my line of sight. We have a Martin D18 where that's literally next in line to get set up. So
Stupid Guitar got a Ibanez 7-string.
nice.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
I got my first 7-string this year.
Yeah, you did at the Orlando Guitar Show.
Me too.
Kind of want a vintage Rockman though. Ooh, not no.
I think we've got a Rockman. We've got 2 Rockmans, but they need the capacitors replaced on them. You get them serviced up. Yeah, Thomas got a pretty cool MIJ Ibanez 7-string earlier this year. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
You should have got an 8-string if you want to
Yeah.
one-up me.
But it's an MIJ. Where's yours from made?
Mine was made in, I think,
Korea? Indonesia?
there or
Prob-
China or
probably
something.
Korea.
Actually, I think yours is technically the nicer one than what I have.
I like yours.
Mine's
Yours
just like
is
a
simple.
classic whatever kind of thing.
Ooh, Slider Dog got the Zoom multi-pedal. Dude, Zoom makes cool stuff. Warm Audio WAC1 from Joe. Very cool.
Nice.
We got a...
What else we get?
Evan set his alarm wrong for the Ross. We did a little... We had to make sure we set it right. Because it wasn't totally clear.
Oh.
He was like, oh yeah, Friday night, whatever. It was like Thursday at 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning or
Yeah.
something. So we stayed up late.
Well, good thing we were up. You were playing Rocket League, so it was no problem. So we got
Yeah.
it done. But yeah, we're sitting there. How much does it cost to have a pallet shipped from Japan? A lot.
How long's a piece of rope?
Yeah.
It depends.
More than you would think.
Summer Philly show.
Yeah. They're not doing a Summer Philly show, to my knowledge. I heard there's another show happening in the same, I will say, within an hour or two radius of Philly, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. I don't know if it's public yet. But I heard that there's some things being worked on. But I don't believe B3 is doing a Summer Philly. I think they're just doing fall, which I'm fine with because that would make it one show that you wouldn't miss. Cool.
Zoom has a huge tone print patch library. That's true.
I don't know anything about that.
I had a Zoom multi-effects for a while.
Yeah.
I had no problems with it. I just went back to having a more modular setup. Yeah, I could scoot in.
It'll look a little nicer on
Oh, I have a question for the chat. We were just talking about this before we started filming, and I might be the only one here. We have enough people. Somebody might relate on this. So I thought of this because we have these out. Let me grab this. We've got the Guitar Hero controller, and I was saying so. I know for me, Kaylee, and Eric, I don't know about either of you guys.
Yes.
Did you get Rock Band or Guitar Hero for Christmas? I know you didn't, Thomas. So I don't think you did. But
I only ever had Guitar Hero 1.
did you get it for Christmas? And
I
you-
might have. I don't remember for sure, but I think I might have just bought it.
Okay. In modern times, I always associate the Guitar Hero and Rock Band with the holidays because I feel like I remember when I was younger playing around the holidays because, like I said earlier, we got Guitar Hero 3 for Christmas, and then Guitar Hero World Tour a couple of years later with the drums and everything. And I just remember playing that a lot around the holidays, and then we just had a get together and we were all playing Guitar Hero and Rock Band and stuff. So I was curious if anybody else still plays the games, and if anyone else ever plays it around the holiday season, or has any association with the rhythm games and the holiday season.
What's your go-to if you had to pick one song to shred on Guitar Hero
Oh, that's a good question.
to impress
I don't know that I would
Simon
impress
Cowell?
Yeah.
Or what's your best Guitar Hero memory?
Well, it's the most impressive ones I've done were, I've definitely got 100% expert on My Name Is Jonas by Weezer.
Okay.
And then I didn't 100% it, but I finally, like a few years back, beat FCP Remix on Expert, and I was very stoked about that.
That's fine.
Yeah. What about you?
I mean, the best Guitar Hero memory, I think, is when you're playing Guitar Hero 1
Yeah.
and you're like grinding out all the hard songs.
Oh, yeah.
The finale is Take Me Out by Franz Ferdinand.
Right.
Which is so easy, but just the most jumpinest song.
Yeah.
So you get like a victory lap.
How do you date an Epiphone?
How do you date an Epiphone acoustic? That's a good question, Alex. How do you date an Epiphone acoustic?
Depends on the country of origin, and kind of year manufacture range. I'm gonna give a really unfun answer, and I would just Google the charts because you have to look at a chart for some of it. And some of them it's an easy, where like the first two digits is the number. Like some of it'll be like I for the factory code, and then like 02 for 2002. But I would look it up.
Guitar piking?
Thoughts on guitar plecking? I've
Plecking.
never got one done on my LP, but my LP came plecked from the Gibson factory. Feels awesome. Yeah, plecking can be really cool. I haven't had it done on a guitar didn't come plecked.
Didn't Will and Dan get theirs plecked?
Will
got-
got his.
South Florida, you can do it.
He got that Starcaster plecked.
Will had the Starcaster.
Plays incredible.
Yeah, our buddy bought a not super expensive Fender Starcaster and had it plecked, and Squire Starcaster, and it plays really, really great. I know Dan was going to get one of his guitars plecked, but I don't think we ever did it.
There's a person that will pleck your guitars in South Florida.
Yeah, we don't know this person.
It's a
I'm
couple
sure they're
hours
great,
drive.
But,
I've been curious about getting my Telly plecked for a long time because
yeah,
that's
would be
my number
cool.
one.
But also, it's perfect the way it is, so you want to.
No, it needs the high E needs a little intonation,
Oh.
so might as well get it plecked, right?
Guitar Hero World Tour drum controller had a MIDI port, so it hooked up to the old Roland TD3 brain box. Used it for pads and kick pedal instead. Heck yeah, that's sick.
Rock Band had the coconuts, so I took old rubber mouse pads and used athletic tape to attach them, so I got muting and rebound energy instead of them being exhausting coconuts. Oh, you customized your Rock Band drums?
That's sick.
That's actually fire.
Eric said, "Hey chat, random question. How do we feel about the live stream starting at the same time as the regularly scheduled videos?" Yeah, let us know if you have any thoughts on that.
We could start later.
We could always do them later. We could do like 7 p.m. our time instead of 5:30. What's your go-to guitar string gauge? If I'm playing in standard, just 10s, 10 to 46. If I'm playing in like C sharp standard or drop B, maybe 12s or something like that. Any thoughts? What do you use, Adam?
I use what's around. I'm just going to say it. I don't personally have a preference, honestly. I've never been a big like, oh, I like 9s more. Oh, I like 10s more. Like,
Yeah.
as long as they stay in tune and they work,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like super analyzing which one I prefer. So
Right.
to me, it's just whichever ones I have.
It's a
in
very
stock.
you answer. I mean, I kind of get it. Since I feel like I've had access to more gear from the shop, I've kind of realized what's important and not. And I would say string gauges is important,
It can be.
but I feel like just making the most of what you have. Like, I don't know. I'll say this, like I've played guitars where maybe it has a set of 11s on it, which I normally think is too thick for standard tuning, and it plays great. Or sometimes I've played something with 11s, but it's tuned down to B, and I'm thinking that's way too light, but it still works for some reason. So I don't know. Just like everything's, I don't know. Sometimes stuff just works out.
I think sometimes people's guitars are set up for a certain gauge,
Yeah.
and then they like them because of that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to put 9s on my guitar and not change anything. Oh,
Yeah.
it plays like crap with 9s. I don't like 9s.
Someone said 10 to 52 for drop C sharp. Yeah, I super back that. I'm pretty close to that.
How do
I
you
will say-
How do you feel about wound G strings?
I'm pro wound G string. Well, not in standard tuning. I'm pro if you're tuning down like a half step or a step. I don't always do it, but sometimes the intonation tends to be better. I like that.
It's true.
One time Secret Keeper did a tour that was like 2 weeks, maybe, and I played a game called No Guitar Pick, and I would only play the guitar pick I found at the venue.
I've done that. Just, I didn't bring a pick. Oh, there's 9 on the floor.
And I slowly realized, this was with Ghost Chant, I realized that our buddy in Ghost Chant kept dropping the same picks, and I would find them every day, and I went, this is perfect. He had this, like, the yellow Dunlop, which is a good gauge.
I'll say this, if I had to choose, if it was, you don't get to pick your string gauge ever again, or you don't get to pick your pick gauge ever again, I'm picking my picks.
Probably,
I think the
yeah.
pick size is a way bigger difference than...
Are you stuck with a weird string gauge?
No,
or
I'm
is
just saying that it's different every day,
Yeah.
or your pick is different every day. I'd rather get
maybe-
to choose my pick.
I think I agree with you. That would be a tough one.
Like, I don't want to show up for my gig one day and they're like, today's pick, Jazz 3.
Right?
And then it's like, today's pick, the Fender Paper Thin.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
No, definitely.
Oh, Thomas, you want the mic back?
Let us know how we're doing on time. We'll probably wrap it when we get close to an hour.
We are approaching an hour. But
What-
we started so late. I restarted
Yeah.
the clock at
Oh, cool.
6:10, so we got 20 minutes.
Hey.
Yeah, what's y'all's favorite picks? That to me is the biggest. I'll fight someone to the death over pick. You ask me what string gauge, it's like, I don't care. But pick
That's so
funny. Size, that matters. Matters a lot.
Let's see, what are we playing in the chat?
We got a 1 millimeters from Russell
I like the point
on the bass and the guitar. That's fair.
That's thick for the guitar.
It's thick for the guitar. Honestly, I like playing bass with just the yellow, like
Yeah,
0.7
the
or whatever.
I
I feel
go-
like
Cool ones for the bass.
I go orange pick on the guitar or red pick.
red pick is underrated
I hate the red.
Red picks are pretty light,
soft.
but
for
you're-
recording.
Actually, you know what?
For recording.
For you, Alex, you play very heavy-handed,
Yeah.
so a red pick works for you.
We got
That-
2 Fender Thins in a row, James and Barry.
yes.
Good choices.
0.6. With
Time
the
it.
yellow pick, I think, is 0.6, 0.06.
Jazz 3,
like that.
John, usually Petrucci or Slipknot. Heck yeah, I love Slipknot.
Heavy picks if you do heavy music and like. strong pick.
Eric asked a question that we were discussing earlier, and I'm glad that Adam's here for this. How many mix revisions is too many?
You guys were discussing this?
Yeah.
Why?
I came up somewhere, I don't know.
As a producer,
I have a,
how many
I
are
have
too
opinions.
many?
Look, send the mix note. If the mix stinks, you got to work together, get it good. But after that, 1 or 2 rounds of revisions, I think, is enough. Maybe 3. If you don't know what you want changed and you're having them like try stuff, you just gotta just
Yeah.
just know what you want. Send 1 page of notes and call it a day.
I always say mix 3 should be the one. Like if mix 3 is not the one, something was really bad with mix 1 or really not what you wanted. Mix 3 is a great place because it's like, hey, this is great. You should change these 3 things, and then maybe they change them and go, you know what? Dial back this one change or vice versa. And you probably got it on a mix 3. Maybe mix 4, dial one more thing.
It's floor tuners only. No.
Floor
not
tuner or
a
headstock tuner? Oh,
Yeah.
floor tuner if you got it. I'll say this, the only reason that I would use a headstock tuner is if I'm not using any other pedals at all. Because if you're going to bring a pedal and plug in power, you might as well do a tuner as well.
Yeah. Thomas, how many mix revisions is too many?
Oh, I back what you guys are saying.
Okay.
I fully support.
Dunlop greens, that's a good pick. Dunlop 0.63.
63 mix revisions.
66.63 is the yellowish one.
Tortex, get shiny and slippery within 40 minutes. Somehow the Gator grip have a matte finish that stays forever. Yeah, I like the Gator grip.
Dan likes the Gator.
I like the Tortex too, though. I don't get sweaty, though. I'm not a sweaty, I don't sweat on my hands.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I have played really sweaty shows, and then obviously things get challenging, but I've never, in a normal show, in quotes, I've never dropped a pick.
really?
Like,
You've never dropped a pick?
I've dropped a pick when it's been like a sweaty show or like just a crazy kind of show, but if it's just a normal on the stage, like, I don't usually drop picks. Like, I
Yeah.
can't think of the last time I dropped a pick. Now that I said that, it'll happen the first
I'd be
time.
throwing them.
I drop picks because I sing. So I like take the mic
Yeah.
off and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But
But if I'm just playing, yeah.
Yeah, I've never had that problem. I think it's an underrated technique is pick holding technique. No one, I mean, there's something to it, like how you're positioning and holding your pick.
Have you dropped a guitar?
Yeah, once.
So you've never dropped a pick, but you dropped a guitar.
Yeah,
Well,
We were just talking about our friend dropped the guitar.
it wasn't even my guitar.
Oh, not on stage.
Not on stage even.
That was my guitar thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I told this on the last stream. I had a
Dropped it
client.
first though.
that's
Or
true.
threw it first.
Something happened to it.
I had a client break the headstock on my '76 Les Paul, a recording client, and that was not the best.
The not sick at all.
Yeah, it was kind of like I didn't make him pay for it, but I might have.
I threw a guitar one time.
And did it
You've
break?
thrown a guitar several times.
I've thrown several guitars.
Well, you had to catch guitars.
I did have to catch guitars. I've had
As
to do
part of
that
your job.
multiple times.
Do
as
the
a
people
guitar
know about
tech.
that?
I've had to catch a few guitars as a guitar tech. Not in like a mean way, but like a what's the word?
It's part of the show.
It's part of the gig.
If you're a cool guitar player, you chuck your guitar at the tech.
Yeah. I mean, I've never had them do, like, no one that I've worked with has ever been, like, super over the top, but
I got a message one time asking if I or anyone I knew was interested in the MGK guitar tech job.
oh, I didn't
And
know we
then
could say that on stream. Yeah,
and
that
then
would-
like
Yeah.
I was on the internet and I saw a viral video of him like chewing out his guitar tech and then like chucking his guitar at him in anger.
Yeah.
And I wrote back, I was like, yeah, sorry, I don't know anyone.
Yeah, that went around the chat. I like.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna accept that offer. I mean, also, if you're asking me, like, that means a lot of people did not want the job. If the offer gets down to my level.
Right.
Good question.
Do you think a Les Paul sounds better after a headstock repair?
Depends on the
I
repair.
feel like I don't know that it sounds any better. I don't think it sounds much of any different. I've never noticed it, but I've also never had one get broken and then fixed unless like we got it broken.
You could talk about your spline.
Yeah, my yellow Les Paul Special, when I got it, had already been splined, and it's really durable now, so I like that, but I don't know if it changes.
There was
Yeah.
the
Oh.
2001 Les Paul, actually, that we had.
Oh, the 2001 sounded good. Oh, no, to be clear, Alex throws guitars when deals go bad, eh? No. There was... This is actually the perfect place to talk about this, but no, I made like a beater guitar.
Let me see if I can find...
Yeah. Like, so, at one point we'd acquired like a counterfeit Fender neck and a body from like a knockoff Fender, and, you know, like, not the right stuff, and I'd pieced together the literal worst guitar parts at Flash for the Gear, because it was all like literally unsellable stuff. And then put like a decent pickup in it, and I would just use that as like a beater, and I would throw it and whatever, and then that guitar got obliterated. But no, I promise you, I've never hurt anything good. Yeah, I mean, for a while I would just throw it in the air and catch it, but
It's not up on the screen yet.
oh, is it not?
I have to get to it.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Now you can talk about yours.
Yeah, there's that guitar. It's a counterfeit like Alibaba type neck, and then it was a Sunburst. It wasn't even a kid's Strat body. I don't know what it was. But yeah, it was not a good guitar, and it had been cracked in shipping at that, so it got pulled aside.
Evan says it's performative. Yeah, throwing your guitars is
yeah.
performative. It's part of the performance.
I don't think it's cool when it's a good guitar. I don't back it.
It's definitely performative.
Yeah.
It's what people pay for is performance, right?
That's what people want. Yeah.
The people love it.
No, I wouldn't hurt anything good.
Do you have Hardtail Strats?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we got a white one coming to the shop soon, I think. What's that one?
It's an American standard hardtail or something like that?
No, it's like a road
No, the
dog
Big Apple
or Fat
Strat.
Strat or something.
Big Apple, is that it?
Is it a Big Apple?
I don't
know.
know.
Well,
We don't have that coming.
hit us up.
We just uploaded a Sunburst Japanese made like late 80s hardtail Strat today. It's very sick.
Talking about EMG active pickups. Those are fire.
Humbuckers, Soundcores, or P90s? I like them all for different things, but maybe the P90 is my favorite.
I like that 10-string P90 that I got on the pedal steel.
Nosferatu. Nice.
Oh, Rain.
Dude, thank you for the super chat, man.
Enjoy the film. I've heard very good reviews.
I don't know how to pronounce it, so Thomas,
Nosferatu.
enjoy it. Thank you.
It's a vampire movie. We should go see that.
Okay. Any guitar showcases before it wraps up? That's a good question. Do I have anything else to show?
Nothing too spicy up here, right?
There's one. Nah, we'll
Go.
save that for later.
What do you mean save it for later?
We got one really, really nice guitar.
Go get it.
Okay.
This is a guitar stream, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, hello everyone. What's your favorite? Everyone put a chord in the chat and I'll just play them. We'll write a song that way. Why don't you have any ovations? Because we're not talented enough. People don't clap for us that much like that.
This is a Fender Japan Esquire Art Canvas extremely limited production run.
Yo.
I had to get this
that
in
Mount
person.
Fuji?
Yeah, it is.
Is that
Watch
new?
our video. You can
This is fire. Yeah, this came from the flagship. They were only like taking like a handful of pre-orders, and we just happened to have really good timing. And
Oh,
yeah, look
the
at this.
back is
Yeah.
sick too.
you can see Japan, Tokyo, Harajuku. Pretty cool.
I like that.
Yeah, this is. Kaylee
C
said this
major
might be like her
7.
favorite guitar we've got this year. So.
our friend describing it as like an American, like In America, it'd be a bald eagle.
A7,
Yeah.
E minor. Okay. Ovation guitars. No, you get Ovations in every once in a while, right?
Sometimes, yeah. I'm not personally huge into Ovation stuff. Not that it's not good. I mean, it's just not for me as much. So I don't get it as much. But sometimes they come in on trade and stuff.
I feel like Ovation people like keep them forever.
Yeah, if we get a good one, yeah, I feel like
I think a lot of people I know that have an Ovation are not selling it.
I don't see a lot of guitar shows unless it's like the more like import, like cost-effective ones, I guess. But.
I do like that they have that little thing that you can hear the sound, like the top sound hole thing.
Oh yeah.
Some of those have that, right?
I think so.
Some have them. Yeah.
There's the Gibson G series acoustics have them.
That's the tough thing about acoustic guitars is the listening position. Some of the best sounding acoustic guitars when you're playing them
Yeah.
don't sound that great to the guy sitting in front of you,
You put a 57 in front of it, and yeah.
and vice versa. You got to let someone else play an acoustic guitar, and you got to listen to it to know if it sounds good.
Put this back in the case, but yeah, this is it's a pretty cool one.
And yeah, I think the art is sideways. That's a wall hanger.
Oh yeah.
The way the art is.
Yeah. Well, it was displayed in the store like that.
Right. Martin did I think it was Martin did some MLB like baseball guitars, and the logos were here.
Yeah.
And they were all turned that way, so when they're on the wall, they
Oh.
look correct. And all the comments were just saying it was sideways. Which there is a point to be made there.
You just play permanent star mode.
Star power.
Yeah, he had to turn star power on. Yeah.
Play
you
like
gotta-
that.
Yeah, you gotta do the old. And then when you figured out you could just hit the select button, which on this is I think it was the minus button.
You don't have to turn it.
Yeah, you think you hit this one. No, on this version, you press this button. On the other one, you have to hit select to also engage star power.
I think we're the right age for the Guitar Hero stuff.
Yeah.
I think people younger and older than us don't really care about it.
Yeah,
You had to be a certain age when it
Yeah.
came out.
You have to be within like a.
It's like a 5-6 year age
Yeah,
group.
definitely.
Anyone who was 30 when Guitar Hero came out, did you like it? Or was it just like, whatever? Let me know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Chat is delayed.
That's why I ended up with a lot of MIJ stuff. Got used to getting painted headstocks and burst necks for good deals. Yeah, that's true.
Valid.
Nick from Nebraska, you're at the tail end of this.
Nick from Nebraska, what's
Yeah,
up?
we'll probably hang out for like 6 more minutes.
6 more minutes.
Unless anyone has any really exhilarating questions.
Got the whole set of Rocksmith in DLC.
Nice.
Fire. I never played Rocksmith, but I'd be curious to try it. Apparently you can actually like get good at guitar from
Yeah.
playing that.
I never played it. I know somebody who worked on the game.
Barry said Guitar Hero's whatever. When did it come out? Like what, 2003 maybe?
OG Guitar Hero? 2005?
Yeah,
Is that
around
right?
there.
I know Guitar Hero 3 I think was 2007, 2008.
Rocksmith rules, but
And
only
that's
handles
when
six-
Rock Band came out as well.
Rocksmith rules, but only has 6-string guitars and 4-string basses. Yeah, I get why. If you don't even know an instrument, I feel like
Yeah.
like a 5-string bass is pretty, out there. You use a MIDI USB, an ORS 2112 IRC. Oh, for Rocksmith?
Desert, I don't know on that one.
Desert Island guitar
Island
pedal.
Do I do this?
Peterson strobe tuner.
Yeah, man. Yeah, or the TU3.
Oh, brother, not a TU3.
I like the TU3. I have no problem. I'm pro TU3.
I've traveled around the world with the TU3, and it's never let
And
me
you've
down.
been pretty in tune.
Yeah.
Desert Island pedal.
The Kemper stage.
No multi-effects, obviously.
Maybe a Boss CE1 if a tuner pedal is not the answer you want.
A Boss chorus
Yeah.
is your Desert Island pedal. That's fair, actually.
I would like. Let me see this one.
Do you recommend a Dr. Z amp for a jazz player?
That could be sick.
That could be sick. I think of jazz. I think of the Dr. Z for some reason. I think country.
Oh yeah, a lot of Nashville.
A lot
guys
of
who
Nashville
love
guys
Na-
are
They
doing-
love the Dr. Z.
But you could make it work. I mean, it's got a great clean.
Oh, the clean's immaculate on it.
So yes,
Could be-
that's
could be
a
great.
pretty good. Shout out to Adam for the great interview he did with Alex on his channel. Oh, the Killer Guitar Rigs.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, go check that out.
Go check that out. Oh, Pog, Desert Island pedal.
Yeah, those are fun. I don't own one at the moment.
You know why Pog's a good answer? Because if you're on a desert island, you're gonna get bored, and a Pog is entertaining to mess with.
That's true. Those have a lot.
Who
built
you
in.
impressing?
Right.
You need something you can mess around with.
My only thing I'll say negative about that pedal, which I'm not even saying this is negative, but I wanted one so bad for so long, and then when I got one, I was like, this is sick. And I used it for like 6 months, and then I stopped using it. I don't know why, but I ended up selling it, unfortunately. But
Desert Island pedal non-N-O-N, what is that?
Rowan Space Echo, heck yeah.
Space Echo is a pedal? I'll count it. I'll accept it.
There's a pedal version.
All right.
The one that we have at
The
the house.
UA
is-
one or
No, there's
Roland
a
made
a
one.
Boss like Space Echo pedal.
Nobles OD?
OD1.
One.
Yeah, that's a solid overdrive.
Oh, the 74 champ in Sarasota.
Oh, nice.
Oh, dude. Heck yeah. I think
Fender probably good for bebop music
there's
as well.
a swap that happened there. We got a really cool Strat, so thank you again for that. That was really cool.
I think it was the Sarasota Guitar Show.
Yeah. We swapped the 74 champ for a really nice Strat there, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, Fender amps would be good for jazz, bebop, for sure.
Maybe.
A good clean tone. I mean, jazz, you just want it like a clean,
Yeah.
bright or dark tone depending on the style. Fender would work. I mean, you could get the jazz chorus. It's in the name.
I do like a jazz.
I mean, I feel like a lot of the jazz guys do play like the Rolling Cubes and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they're just so reliable and they're not that heavy and they're not that expensive either.
Yeah. I don't play much jazz, but I would say a Fender amp would be a reliable jazz amp.
Eric chose Chaos. He picked the SY2. I kind of love that.
Would anyone buy a Roland Jazz Chorus tuner a lot head today when people are wanting smaller amps? And what do you think about the ME80?
Maybe. I don't know.
Are they
would
going to
I
bring
buy
it
that?
back?
Maybe not, because I would rather a smaller one. But the Boss ME80, it's a cool floorboard. It's got a lot of good built-in stuff, and they're not like that expensive. So I back the ME80 for what it is. In a budget, you can get pretty far.
Roland JC40, yeah.
Yeah, 40 for me is where I feel like where the law of diminishing returns starts coming in, where it starts getting heavier and heavier for less needed volume.
I should honestly dig into more jazz stuff. I've
Yeah.
been listening to a lot of jazz, but I don't really play it. Like Latin jazz, I've been just ripping a bunch of Latin jazz albums lately.
Heck yeah.
Overdrives, I like Protein.
Overdrive that.
Is that a brand that we don't know about?
Maybe not. I'm not familiar with that. If that is something.
Or is it Overdrive the Heart like protein?
Overdrive, they're like protein.
If you're ripped, you
Yeah.
want an overdrive pedal for your desert
Yeah.
island. No, I think a desert island pedal, the SY2, is that what you were talking about?
Yeah,
The-
that's just the Boss synth pedal. That was Eric's.
Yeah.
pick.
That's not a bad. Roland Chorus amp is where it's at. Yeah. I would say the Dr. Z might not be the optimal jazz amp, but you could definitely make it work, and that's a nice amp.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't say it's like even have to make it work. It's more of that does a lot more than just cleans. So
yeah,
it definitely would crush for it, but it might be a little overkill. Actually, is what I would say.
just buy two 100-watt Marshall Plexis for
Full-
jazz. Yes.
Yeah. See, that's why when somebody said that would not be my pick.
Brown application protein.
Okay, cool. I'm not familiar with that. I'll check it out.
We got something to look forward to then.
Yeah.
Roland JC30 from 1975. Yeah.
Yeah, back it.
I back it. That would be a beautiful Christmas gift.
Well, let's get a Roland Jazz Course combo. Back that.
A Roland head and it's massive. I want a Caps to go with it, but they're in Florida and we're pickup only and I'm in Oregon. Well, I know a guy in Florida. Mesa Boogie, classic jazz amp. Mesa Boogie.
yeah. We'll ship anything anywhere you need.
Shout out Oregon, big fan.
Yeah, Eric is a big fan of Oregon.
I've been.
We need to get out there.
Fan of compressors or not so much?
Yeah, I care more about using compressors in like a studio setting on like vocals and stuff than on guitars, or even on guitars, but more in a studio setting than on my pedal board.
Post amp.
Post
Post
amp.
mic.
Yeah.
Brian used to rock a tube compressor on his board
Yeah.
back in the day.
back though.
I'm a fan of a compressor as a always on
yeah.
It was
in the front of your chain, just right in.
I think the last iteration of the analog conversation piece rig had a compressor at the front. The Earthquaker one.
Mm.
I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. I know I'm supposed to know all this stuff, but what is it? The Earthquake. You all know the one I'm talking about. I don't remember.
I'm a big fan of compressor first if you're doing chimey stuff or anything with tapping. I think it's almost not optional.
The Warden. Yeah, the Warden. That's what it was.
Oh, it's an
The blue
opto?
one. Yeah, it was cool.
That is cool. I like an optical compressor.
But I don't really use it.
I mean,
No.
$200.
Yeah. They'll charge you for it.
They will. Well, you got to have an opto in there,
Yeah.
so it can't be free.
now the chat can see you.
Always
All right. Yeah, that's the one.
a big fan of always on mod. I mean, dude, when I play with Night Winds, I have the chorus on the whole time.
Yeah, check out Night Winds if you have. That's Adam's project. It rips.
Boss compressor with a Marshall. Oh yeah, classic.
Yeah.
Black finger compressor is what I use. Brian. Oh, Brian's here.
What's
A
his?
day worth saving. Oh, that's Brian Brown.
I guess so.
A day worth saving was the old.
He had two tubes and his two 12A
Oh,
X7s
I didn't
in there.
know that was. I didn't know that. What up, Brian?
I mean, you don't get much more classic than a road stage into a jazz course. Oh,
We were
yeah.
just talking about Brian's prior band. One of them.
A Rhodes into a jazz chorus is
Set
fire.
up in SK. Which is
No, I know. I'm saying because
Oh.
you were mentioning his band. His.
A day worth saving was what Call the Start became.
Yeah,
Blues Driver is a classic pedal. That's true.
that is one of my favorite overdrive pedals.
Underrated.
Very underrated. I put it in my video of underrated Boss pedals.
Dude, you know what's underrated? The grunge pedal.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about
We gotta
that
get
one
those.
for me.
We gotta buy a bunch, and then we'll make a video about how good they are.
Right? Yeah,
I'm
buy
kidding.
20 of them and then say these are the best thing ever.
We don't do that.
Yeah, people didn't like when we jokingly bought the. Oh, I guess
The Bad
people don't know
Monkey?
this. The Bad Monkey. So when the Bad Monkeys were getting crazy expensive, we bought one for $100 and then put it on our table for $1,000 as a joke. But people thought we were serious, and they're like, "These guys are driving the market up like crazy." And we're like, "How could you possibly think we were serious about that?"
So I added a 0.
Yeah, so we made it 10,000, and then still somebody thought we were out of our mind. And you know what happened to that pedal?
It's at our house,
I threw it in my backpack, flew home from Nashville, and gave it to Adam. For,
and it still has the $10,000 price tag on it.
yeah,
It says, "Please ask for assistance before touching."
he got it for a whole $0.
That might be true.
So good. Those were the best. Those,
I gave you something for it.
I'm sure.
It was something goofy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a cool question.
Is it a-
Ooh. I'd like to know how Roland implemented the dimensional space chorus into a single speaker combo, since it relies on stereo for the effect.
I would also like to know that.
I have an uneducated guess.
All right, talk to me.
I mean, you can imitate stereo effects just off of volume up and down,
Yeah.
but you know, like there's a stereo. They have the UA delay pedals have like a stereo mode now, even if they're mono.
Oh,
So-
true.
It's just a volume trick.
Will the grunge pedal make me sound like Kurt Cobain? Probably not.
It'll make you sound like you bought a $60 pedal.
It
The
will,
DS1 will make you sound like Kurt Cobain.
but only the Japanese one.
I do love. There's something about those like signature models and genre stuff that comes out after
Yeah.
that always cracks me up a little.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, now that grunge is dead, let's make the pedal
Yeah.
that none of them use.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, ooh, most underrated pedal brand. I know what you're thinking.
What do you think I'm?
You're thinking low-key Boss because everyone. It's like
No.
so big that people forget that it's
Maybe,
goated.
actually, that wasn't what I was going to say, but maybe. I do like Boss. But everyone knows about Boss, but sometimes people think because it's so basic, it's not good. But I'll be honest, if you're tone chasing, go back to the basics. You might actually be surprised that the sound you wanted was in front of you all along.
I think the Orion tubulator
Yeah.
is the most underrated pedal.
I'm trying to think of one that's like not popular that I really like.
You ever get any of those in? The tubulator?
You have one.
I have one. It sounds
I've
like
played yours. I don't think we've had one.
we did that shootout
We did.
with all of our Tube Screamer clones, and that one won. And it's like a cheap Japanese all plastic pedal.
Boss is boss. I agree with that. All right, guys. We're going to do one more question. So make it something cool that we all three can answer.
Make sure to like the video and all that stuff.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're here, you probably already subscribed, but if you're not, we would love if you subscribed. And
We're trying to get to 100,000 by the end of the month.
yeah. So help us out with that, and we appreciate it. If you want to see more live streams, let us know too, because we might start doing these a little more frequently. Maybe not always like an hour, hour and a half, but maybe do 30 minutes here and there. So yeah,
Nick says hit the like button, guys, and we appreciate
agree
it.
with that.
TC Honey Fuzz is neat. Yeah. I got a Weeping Demon.
Shout out to Eric, who is making
Ivan
this
is coming
happen.
along.
He's been a good moderator in our chat.
He really is. We miss you, Eric.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you
Yep.
soon.
Merry Christmas.
Live jams.
Best guitar show. Not
Here,
really.
Thomas, you take the mic. I've only been to the Orlando one.
Oh, the one heard
Orlando.
Yeah. My favorite.
Hey, look, I'm back. I'm free.
Japan
I want Thomas to go next. Japan live stream. Have we ever live streamed in Japan? I don't
No,
think so.
no, we never live stream in Japan. We
I've gone
could.
live on it. I've gone live on my Instagram from Japan.
Let's see. Oh, we could do two there. Well, Jim will be the last question. What's the
Yeah.
best guitar value from Fender? And then, but we'll still work on the best guitar show. I feel like the default is always Dallas, and it's not because it's like the best guitar show, but it might be the best guitar event.
Yeah.
Because there's so much going on in Dallas. Because it's got stages
Yeah.
for different like bands are playing throughout the day.
G3
There's
played.
speakers.
G3.
Like Satriani vibe.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of
yeah.
stuff going on at the Dallas Guitar Show. Everyone goes there because it's kind of centrally located in the U.S.
Yeah, you'll get the West Coast and the East Coast people. Everyone kind of goes to Dallas. So yeah, I was gonna say Dallas, not by default, but like consistently. That's always maybe the
Yeah,
best. It's also a lot of, I mean, in a good way, but it's a lot of work. It's a really long show.
more food cart reviews from Guitar Show.
Yeah, we could tell you
Do
about
we
that.
do any? I think we did some.
I usually don't eat.
I might have showed the Yokohama one, but I don't know if it made the cut.
Yokohama had the best food, but also we were the least busy, so I got to eat during the show. I usually am so busy during the guitar shows.
Yokohama had
Uh,
gin and tonics. Step up your game, U.S. guitar shows.
Yeah.
Quality gin and tonics.
Fender question.
All right, back to the Fender question.
Nick has a solid answer. If you're going new in the box,
Then
Squire
maybe the
Classic
Classic
5
5.
might be best Fender value.
It might be.
It's fair.
Yeah,
It's a fair shout.
I
Fair.
have two answers.
Nick, you're onto something
What
there.
about the Vintera or whatever?
Vintera
That's
2
not my
series?
answer.
No, not
We're
that
going
one.
new.
What's the one? It's like, oh, they made the baritones.
The vintage modified? Those
No.
are Squire though. Blacktop?
No, I'll look it up.
Okay. My answer, I have two answers, and I know I kind of already said one, but my answer would be any of the more common Japanese reissue stuff in a common color like black or sunburst. It's probably my pick for best value, as for just right around $1,000, maybe a little more. As I'm making this video, you can get an amazing lifetime type of guitar from Fender Japan. Obviously, the cooler colors tend to demand a little more. So if you are open-minded color-wise, or you like sunburst or black, probably a Fender Japan reissue. But I also, this is just on my mind because I just got a bunch of these. This is not like a sales pitch for these. You don't have to buy them, but
Oh, Paranormal. Squire Paranormal.
Oh, those
Squire
were cool.
Paranormal
The
series.
baritone.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
for the price these go for, these are exceptional. I mean, they're just great in general, but this is like maybe the cheapest American Fender you can get, and it's vintage by most standards. So the Pullets are pretty underrated if you're looking for that.
Lloyd
But
had that white one that I really liked.
yeah, Lloyd has a cool one.
I'm gonna say something controversial, maybe for good value.
Yeah.
Fender guitar. I mean, the Aerodyne, MIJ Aerodyne like stuff.
Fire.
Yeah,
Can't
those
go
are
wrong
fire.
with that, and they're not crazy expensive because I feel like they're kind of specs that most people don't want in like
Yeah.
a Strat or something. But if you're me and like a,
Yeah, they never got
Medium
super
scale length.
collectible. So
Yeah.
they're pretty attainable.
they're just a little different. I don't know. That's not.
I
Maybe
back-
that's my pick, but
I
only because
back
I have the
that.
experience with it, and I kind of don't really go out of my way for. Although I do have a really cool, the jazz bass. I have the JB75 from Japan, that's a cool one I went out of my way for. But,
That's a
yeah.
nice. That's a nice.
That's
a nice
definitely not
bass.
a bang for buck. kind
Yeah,
of
so that one
purchase,
was a
though.
little bit more bougie, but
I think also Fender, you can just get. This is going to sound obvious, but Fender has been making guitars every year for the past
right.
75 years, 80, whatever at this point. I don't know the math, but the best deal you can get on a Fender is just being patient
Right.
and keeping your eyes on Reverb and Facebook Marketplace, because you will find someone selling a Strat for $250
yeah.
eventually. Like,
It's rarer these days. At least
It's
if you want a
rarer,
Fender.
but-
if it's Squire, maybe a little easier.
but like there are millions of Fender guitars, so like just finding a bargain isn't,
yeah.
like, if you're gonna get a dirt cheap bargain on a nice guitar, it's probably a Fender.
Yeah, like a old Fender Mexico Strat. Once in a blue moon, you'll get it.
Like 350.
Yeah,
Can't go wrong with that.
And that is the best Fender, not new.
I do want to build
Deal.
on what you were saying with how they make guitars every year. I do love, and you know I love Gibson, so this is not shade, but every year Gibson really, their newest version of the 1959 reissue is where they really got it right.
Yeah, we finally figured it out, guys. We finally figured out how to build this 70-year-old guitar for the first time correctly.
Yeah. All right, I think we're going to wrap there. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Thank you, Adam and Thomas, for being here. Thank you, Eric, for being in the chat. Yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see more live streams, let us know, and we can do more stuff like this. Like we said a few minutes ago, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment and all that good stuff. And we will see a lot of you guys this coming year on the road, whether at a guitar show or a gig. And we're looking forward to that, and we'll see you there. Any closing words?
Support your local flash flooded gear.
Support your local flash flooded gear.
And remember, brush your teeth, buy your books with cash. That's all she wrote.
I think that's it. Good night, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Hope everyone had a good Christmas and everything. We'll see you in another video on Friday. What's on? Oh, the personal collection's on Friday. We did a video. We already filmed it on my personal stuff. Since I feel like I talk about stuff all the time, but I never show the personal guitars as it's fairly indulgent. And
On that note.
All right.
with that being said, we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next year.